Greetings, Willow here once again. Today we're going to talk about tarot, and I'm going to be focusing now on the Major Arcana. Now, I'm not going to go over all 22 cards today because that would take really a long time and too long for any video. So I want to start breaking it up into like sets of 4 or 5. Today we're going to work with 4 cards. We're going to work the Fool through the Empress. I just want to kind of go over it, what they mean to me, but I also want you to look at each one of your cards and start making some notes on imagery. What does it say to you? Do you see the different elements in the cards? Do you pick up any kind of feeling or energy when you look at each one of the cards? Those are things you need to start making notes about because you're going to interpret them the way that they say something to you. It's not just how I interpret them or the book interprets them. It's really about you and how you do that yourself. You have your own way. And I have to tell you that it doesn't matter if you say exactly what's in the book as the definition or something else came to you in a reading. You're not wrong. The whole idea behind the tarot is that it is a focus tool. So it's helping you focus on what your guides or the client's guides are trying to tell you. And that's what's important. It doesn't matter what always is said in the book. Yes, that's a guideline, but it's just a guideline. It's not set in stone. So I just wanted to make sure that you understood that before we get started. Just interpret them the way you feel is right for you. There is no right or wrong, really, when it's a focus tool, okay? So let's get started. Today we're going to start here with the Fool card, of course. We are looking at the Major Arcana, and it is the journey of our life. And of course, we all start out with the Fool. We make foolish decisions. We take leaps of faith maybe when we shouldn't. But the Fool is also representing a new beginning or a new start. And you know what? Fools may rush in, but sometimes those fools turn into millionaires. So you really can't look at the Fool as a bad card. I know a lot of times my clients will see that come up and they'll go, oh my God, I'm a fool. Well, if you're being foolish, yes. But if you're being a risk taker and it's working out for you, then how is it wrong? So I look at the Fool try to look at the positives, but warn about just jumping before looking, because that's going to be important. You've got to kind of review what's going on in your life before you just jump. It's kind of like, well, I think somebody's cheating on me, but I can't prove it. I would say, unless you're being treated horribly, unless you have seen it with your own eyes, or you've seen pictures, or you know from a text or something that it's definite, how can you judge until you make sure that you have facts? I like hard facts. So no matter what's going on in your life, make sure you have the hard facts before you jump like the Fool, okay? The next one we're going to look at is the Magician. Now, the Magician is a wonderful card. I love the Magician. He is about taking your thoughts and making them things. So when I see this Magician, he is about the magic that lies within all of us, the ability to make things happen. When we have the Magician, it's a really good time to write down goals. I love to write down the goals. I feel that that's the first step in making them real. So with the Magician, he is the beginning of our work. It's kind of like we became the Fool first, then we become the Magician. We've learned our lesson. We aren't going to just jump. We're going to set some goals for ourselves now, and then we're going to set up a plan and be a little bit more business-like. So the Magician is using your magic ability, which is what we all have, to manifest what we want in our life. But you start out by setting the goals to make your thoughts that you write down become things. Okay? We're going to move on now to the High Priestess. Everybody loves the High Priestess card. She is about our own psychic abilities. She is about being able to see things, feel things, and manifest things. I always feel that she's about manifesting what we want as well. She's taking it a bit further by not just sitting here and working on your goals, but really just magically making things happen with our thoughts. So with the High Priestess, we are now looking at the number 2 card. The Fool is 0, the Magician is 1, and the High Priestess is 2. So we also are looking, because of that 2, balance. And she likes to balance things out, but when we're manifesting things in our life, we are feeling more balanced when it's starting to happen. Now, the High Priestess, when she pops up, a lot of times you may also be having vivid dreams. You may be feeling very strong intuitive energies, like you just know in your gut something is up or something is going to happen, or you know that you're going to make this happen. So that's why I like to look at the High Priestess as that manifesting card. Okay. Now, the next one we're going to look at is the Empress. She is the creative mother energy. She is the time when we start to create things in our lives. Now remember, if you look at the Empress or an Emperor, they both rule over things, right? So when we see the Empress, she is about being creative in creating something. Now sometimes you could make something out of normal stuff. You know, it's like, well, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a fireman. I want to be whatever, you know, something normal and mainstream. But what if you want to skydive and be an ordained minister and marry people on the way down? That would be thinking outside the box and being really creative. So with the Empress, I see her as that creative energies. And so a lot of times we do need to think a little bit more creatively. And so when I see her pop up in a reading, I love her because I know something is being created in their mind, in their heart, in their soul. There's something they truly want. She's also representing pregnancy. So, but you don't have to be pregnant with a child. You could be pregnant with an idea or a thought. You could be trying to create a business, or you might want to create something in an artistic way. Sometimes it's just that you need to create something in your life. Maybe everything is really dull and you need something new. It's time to get creative. It's time to be different. So that's how I see the Empress. Now, like I said, I want you to look at the imagery as well. See all the different things that you can see in here. We look at the zodiac sign. We look at the female form. We look at the different symbols that are in each one of these cards. And then you can start to get your own images in your mind of what it means to you. So you don't have to just read the book. That's your guideline. But I want you to also think outside the box and get creative. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is different readers read differently, okay? For me, the way I do my readings is a little different. I'm a medium, and I channel my own guides and the divine source. I also communicate with angelic beings, and my guides, my beings around me will connect with my clients' beings around them. And when that happens, I'm getting messages. I kind of make it a little joke, and I say, my people are going to talk to your people, and they're going to get back to me, and I'm going to give you the message. And that's the way it really is working for me. It's kind of like my guides and their guides are having this meeting, and then I get the minutes of the meeting, and I'm told what I need to relay to them. It's very fast, but that's kind of what's going on. So when other people read, they may just say, well, I'm picking this up intuitively. Maybe it's just, I got a gut feeling that I need to tell you this. They may not say they're getting it from their guides. That's fine. Everybody is a little different. And some people are very, I want to just say it's kind of like they're very much more academic. They're going to say, well, this card is next to this card in this spread. That's what this means. It's cut, dry, set in stone. Everybody's different. So the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't want you to think you're doing it wrong. I have been reading since I was 15 years old. I got my first tarot deck at 16. I read first from playing cards at 15. Now, I was told back in 2010, 11, when I had first gotten out to Jackson Square, I had some haters. We all get them. We all have haters. I had several readings and somebody got angry because I was the newbie on the block. And I had some other reader come up to me and tell me that I didn't know what I was doing, that I didn't know how to read cards, and that I had no business out there until I learned how. And I had already been reading for many, many, decades at that point. And I just kind of looked at them and went, okay, well, you do it your way, I do it my way. Doesn't mean that either of them are incorrect. They didn't like that. But you might run into people like that, and that's why I like to give you a heads up. Tarot cards are there as a focus tool. It is up to you on how you use them. You can get yes and no answers. You can get in-depth messages from your guides, from the angels, from the divine. You can just use your gut. It's up to you how you use the tarot cards. But it's not wrong as long as you're doing no harm to anyone. And you're not doing harm so long as you're not saying hurtful things that aren't really just being intuitive, but like maybe you've got a vendetta against this person and you're trying to control them. It's not good to do that. So it is important that you have a very high ethic value in your readings. You have to be ethical. You can't say things that you could cause somebody to go out and hurt themselves or hurt someone else. So that is your duty as a reader, to learn the proper way to communicate with other people. I would never tell someone they were going to die. Number one, my guides won't tell me that. They won't tell me because we have life lessons that we have to learn. Nobody gets that freebie to know when we get to check out. It doesn't work that way. If you have an illness and you know your time is running out, that's different. But nobody's going to just, a guide's not going to come in and go, you're going to die tomorrow, so you have to, get things done. It doesn't work that way. So I already, tell my clients up front, don't ask if you're going to die. I will not tell you that because your guides will not tell you that. I'm not going to let you get out of your life lessons. That's why you're here. So that's some of the things that I just want you to remember. Make sure you're keeping notes. I think next time we're going to go over like 4 or 5 more of the Major Arcana. Continue on the journey of the tarot. And I would like you to start taking those notes very seriously, because this is kind of like your tarot Bible in a way. This is your book of shadows for tarot. And it's going to be important that you keep these notes, because as you go down the road years from now, you can look back and go, wow, I came a long way. From the beginner as the fool, look at me, I'm at the world, I've already completed so much. But that's why I want you to keep notes and check back on them periodically. What have you learned? Assess your progress. And keep on learning, keep on reading, and don't doubt yourself. That's what's important. Learn to meditate, learn to channel, learn to listen to your intuition. Don't deny yourself that intuition. And if you're looking for your own personal reading, I would gladly do that for you. You can check me out at my website, willowleymashant.com. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm available. You can chat with me there. And until next time, be blessed.